What did you say? This is an eland. It's not a lion, although it looks like one. They live together in the same place. They prey on the same food, and their fur has the same pattern. But they are different. There are 3 types of lions living in the forest. Have you ever seen them? Here's your chance. Let's take a closer look at these felines. Welcome to my channel. In this part of the forest, there are 3 types of lions. The first one is the most numerous. We will meet him very soon. He lives in groups. This lion has a lighter coat with a lighter belly. His head is rounded and his mane is shorter than that of other forest lions. He has shorter legs and a small tail with a tuft of hair at the end, and he has no hanging fur on his shoulders. This lion weighs 330 pounds and can be up to 8 feet long. In this forest, he feels comfortable walking both on the ground and climbing trees. When our lion descends from a tree, he leaves deep grooves in the bark. Can you see them? How fast do you think this lion can climb? Up to 16 feet per second. That's 5 meters per second. These guys really know how to enjoy life. Do you want to join them? They'd love to play with each other, especially when they are cubs. Pouncing, chasing, wrestling, biting, just like any other little kids. And adults aren't averse to playing either. Who would have thought that lions could be such clowns? They often play with their prey before eating. You've probably heard of it. Lions play with their food. Yep, they do. But for now, let's leave our friends alone and go see the second type of lion. He lives alone, far away from the rest. He doesn't need anyone else. He's strong enough to survive on his own. Look at how much bigger he is than the first lion, and how dark his fur is. He's called a black lion, although he isn't actually black. It's just darker than the rest. His head is more elongated than that of the first lion. His ears are rounded and his mane is longer. If you look closely, you can see a light spot above his whiskers. This lion has longer legs and a long tail with a tuft of hair at the end. He also has hanging fur on his shoulders. Black lions weigh 550 pounds and can grow up to 10 feet long. They're excellent swimmers and can run at 45 miles per hour, 72 kilometers per hour. No wonder he doesn't need anyone else. He's strong enough to handle himself. But there's another predator here who's even stronger. He's a tiger. Tiger has already noticed the lion and is getting ready to attack. But the lion is too quick for him. Icily dodges the tiger's blows and counterattacks. The tiger is badly injured and is trying to escape, but the lion won't let him. What do you think? Who will win the fight? As you can see, the lion bit off more than he could chew, and now the tiger is tearing him apart. A big male tiger can drag a lion almost twice its size. Tigers can hunt alone, and they don't need anyone else. Just like the black lion, they're also good swimmers. They can jump up to 18 feet, 5.5 meters, in height and run up to 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers per hour. Tigers don't live in the forest. They prefer other places. Maybe we'll see them in another video. Goodbye for now. The third type of lion lives in the same place as the first one. It's a female lion. She's smaller than males. Her weight can vary from 265 to 396 pounds, and her length can reach 7.5 feet. She also has a light coat with a light belly. Her head is rounded, her ears are round, and she has a short mane. A female lion's legs are shorter than those of the first lion, and her tail is shorter too, but it also has a tuft of hair at the end. And she also has no hanging fur on her shoulders. Unlike the male lion, the female has a more narrow muzzle and high rounded cheekbones. She walks well on the ground, but she isn't great at climbing trees. Female lions are social animals who live in groups. They communicate with each other, using a variety of vocalizations, including roars, growls, hisses, and purrs. They mark their territory with urine and are generally nocturnal. They are also excellent hunters and will work together to bring down large prey. Their claws are semi-retractable, which means they can keep them sharp by using them on hard surfaces, such as rocks or trees. They are also very agile and can jump up to 10 feet, 3 meters in height, and 30 feet, 9 meters in length. Their fur is very thick and helps them keep warm in cold weather. And of course, lions are carnivores. They hunt antelopes, zebras, wild beasts. Sometimes they eat other animals and birds, and they also eat carrion. Lions spend about 20 hours a day looking for food, and if they manage to catch their prey, they will eat about 45 pounds of meat. In total, a lion needs about 88 pounds of meat per week. That's a lot. But where do all the remains go after the lions finish eating? If you think they disappear, you're wrong. There's always something left over. The hyenas are always ready to feast on the leftovers. Hyenas are scavengers and they live by the rule, the more the merrier. So if a lion has killed an antelope and is eating it, hyenas will try to steal some of its meat. Sometimes they manage to do so. Lions hate it when hyenas steal their food, and they aren't shy about showing it. Let us take a break from the hunt and see what these predators get up to in their free time. They bask in the sun, take dust baths, and groom each other. They also like to play with balls and other objects, and they're curious and will investigate anything new in their environment. They're also very affectionate and will often be seen cuddling with each other. Sometimes they just lie around and stare into the distance, probably thinking about their next meal. Lions are polygamous, which means that a group of females will mate with multiple males. The males will compete with each other to mate with the females, and the strongest, biggest male will usually win. Females come into heat only once a year, and only then do the males start fighting over them. During mating season, males will often try to steal other males' kills, and this can lead to fights between them. These battles can be fierce and loud, and are often witnessed by other animals in the area. The winner of the fight will get the kill, and the females will be able to eat. The losers will have to wait until the next kill. But sometimes lions don't even bother fighting over their prey and simply share it with each other. A lion's roar is the loudest sound in the animal kingdom. It can be heard up to 5 miles away, 8 kilometers. Lions usually roar to communicate with each other or to warn off other animals. However, they don't like being disturbed while they're eating. So if a hyena dares to sneak up on a lion while it's eating, the lion will probably roar loudly to scare it away. Sometimes lions roar for no apparent reason. It may be because they feel brave, or maybe they just like the sound of their own voice. Whatever the reason, it's always impressive to hear a lion roar. Not all lions have manes, only males. Some have thin, short manes, while others have thick, flowing ones. The mane serves several purposes. It makes the lion look bigger and more intimidating to other animals. It also protects the lion's head and neck from injury when fighting other lions. Finally, the mane helps the lion regulate its body temperature. Lions can have cubs only once every 2 to 3 years. They usually have 3 to 4 cubs, although sometimes there can be up to 6 of them. Newborn cubs are completely dependent on their mothers for the first 6 months of their lives. Mother lions are very protective of their cubs and will do anything to keep them safe. They will defend their cubs with their lives if necessary. Cubs stay with their mother until they are 2 years old, and during this time they learn how to hunt and survive in the wild. When they're ready, the cubs leave their mother and strike out on their own. Some will live solitary lives, while others will form groups of their own. It's been an amazing journey to explore the world of lions. They are truly majestic creatures, and it's been a privilege to witness their strength, power, and grace. From their iconic roar to their incredible hunting skills, lions are truly the kings and queens of the jungle. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I hope you've learned something new about these amazing animals. Till next time, keep exploring and never stop learning. When you hear the word jungle, what do you think of? Majestic trees, various animals, chirping birds, dangerous plants, and so much more. Jungles are full of secrets that we humans can't even begin to understand, but there's a lot going on in there. And if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you about a very interesting incident that was caught on camera recently, so stay tuned. For now, let's explore the wonderful world of animals and learn some facts about them and get started. First up, we have to talk about how amazing birds are, because there are simply too many types, and they all look different from one another. For example, check out this yellow bird. We don't know its name, but it looks very beautiful. Its feathers are bright yellow, and it has dark brown eyes. This is a very pretty bird. Birds come in all shapes and sizes, and have a wide variety of beaks for different purposes. Some beaks are short and thick, while others are long and slender. The beak of a bird is used for a variety of purposes, including eating, preening, and defending itself. The shape of a bird's beak is adapted to its diet. For example, hummingbirds have long, slender beaks for reaching deep into flowers to feed on nectar. While woodpeckers have short, thick beaks for hammering on trees while looking for insects, beaks also play an important role in preening. Birds use their beaks to clean and groom themselves by removing dirt and parasites. They also use their beaks to preen their feathers, which helps to keep them waterproof and maintain their insulation. In addition, beaks are used for defense. Some birds have beaks that are hooked or pointed, which they use to jab at potential predators. Other birds have beaks that are serrated like a saw, which they use to slice through flesh. Overall, the beak is an important adaptation that allows birds to survive in a variety of habitats. But let's take a look at these adorable baby turtles. They hatched and are making their way to the ocean. Baby turtles are very cute and vulnerable. They are often targeted by predators such as crabs, birds, and fish. As they make their way to the ocean, they must avoid being captured by these predators. If they are captured, they will most likely be eaten. Despite these dangers, baby turtles are able to successfully reach the ocean. Once in the water, they are safe from predators, can swim at incredible speeds of up to 2 miles per hour. Once they reach the ocean, they are on their own. They must find food and shelter and avoid predators. It is a tough life, but many baby turtles are able to survive. We hope they have a happy life ahead of them, and maybe they else even live to be 100 years old. Now let's look at this cute little monkey holding on to its mother's fur. Monkeys are very social animals and live in groups called troops. Troops typically consist of a few adult males, several adult females, and their offspring. Monkeys spend most of their time looking for food and socializing with other monkeys. They are also very agile and good at climbing trees. This allows them to escape from predators and also gives them a great view of their surroundings. We can only imagine how scared this little monkey would be if it fell from a tree. Luckily, its mom is there to protect it. But not all monkeys are as lucky. Take a look at this sad monkey who just lost his mother. His mother was shot by hunters and sadly passed away. This poor monkey is now all alone in the world. He will never forget the day his mother died. It's hard to imagine how something like this could happen. We hope this monkey finds a new family to join soon. Now let's look at these two cheetahs fighting over prey. Cheetahs are very powerful predators and are capable of running at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. They use their speed to chase down their prey, which typically consists of antelopes, zebras, and wildebeest. Once a cheetah has captured its prey, it will quickly eat it before other predators can steal its food. These two are fighting over who gets to eat the prey first. It's a tough battle, but only one of them will win. When you see this kind of fight in the wild, you have to feel sorry for the weaker one, but sometimes it doesn't end well for either of them. For example, when two male lions fight, there is no winner because both of them are equally strong. But this isn't the case for these two cheetahs. One of them is clearly stronger than the other, so the fight won't last long. However, it's still worth watching to see how it plays out. But now let's move on to something else. Take a look at this deer. It looks beautiful. Deer are very graceful animals and are often seen grazing in fields or forests. They are very popular animals and are often hunted for their meat or their hide. Deer can be found in both rural and urban areas and are active during the day and night. They typically feed on grass, leaves, and twigs. We hope this deer stays away from danger. There are many predators that would love to hunt it, but some animals aren't as lucky as this deer. For example, take a look at this poor giraffe. It got stuck in a hunter's trap and is now unable to move. This is a very dangerous situation, and the giraffe could easily bleed to death. Luckily, some people came across the scene and decided to help the giraffe. They cut down the tree and freed the giraffe from the trap. This is a very lucky giraffe, and we hope it stays away from hunters. But now, let's look at some cute rabbits playing in the snow. Rabbits are very playful animals and are often seen hopping around in fields or gardens. They're very popular pets and are often kept in homes around the world. Rabbits can be kept indoors or outdoors and are active during the day and night. They typically feed on hay, vegetables, and pellets. The white rabbit looks like it's having a lot of fun in the snow. It's playing with its friends and doesn't seem to care about anything else. This is a very cute rabbit, and we hope it stays away from predators. Rabbits can be hunted by foxes, coyotes, and eagles, but luckily this rabbit is safe for now. Now we have to talk about crocodiles because they are very scary and powerful predators. They live in swamps, rivers, and lakes, and are active during the day and night. They typically feed on fish, birds, and mammals. Crocodiles are known for their powerful jaws and sharp teeth, which they use to catch and eat their prey. They are also very good swimmers and can move through the water with ease. The crocodile is waiting patiently for its prey to come closer, so it can strike. It's a very dangerous predator and should not be messed with. But not all animals are as scary as crocodiles. Take a look at this funny-looking monkey. It's hanging upside down from a tree and looks like it's having a lot of fun. Monkeys are very playful animals and are often seen swinging from tree to tree in forests or jungles. They are very agile and good at climbing, which allows them to move through the trees with ease. The monkey is using its tail to hang upside down, which is a very impressive feat. We hope this monkey stays away from predators. Monkeys can be hunted by tigers, leopards, and eagles, but luckily, this monkey is safe for now. Let's look at some cute baby elephants playing in the water. Elephants are very intelligent animals and are known for their large size and tusks. They are typically found in grasslands and forests in Africa and Asia. Elephants are herbivores, and their diet consists of grasses, leaves, and fruits. Elephants are very social animals and live in herds led by a matriarch. The herd consists of related females and their young males. The males typically leave the herd when they reach maturity. The elephant calves are very cute and playful and are often seen swimming in rivers and watering holes. This is a great way for them to cool off in the hot weather and also to socialize with other elephants. The baby elephants are being playful and are having a lot of fun. They are using their tusks and trunks to splash each other and are squealing with delight. This is a very cute sight to see, and we hope these baby elephants stay safe from predators. Elephant calves are vulnerable to attacks from lions, hyenas, and leopards, but luckily this calf is safe for now. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. These two animals are both birds of prey. They belong to the falconid family, and they're very similar in appearance. But how do they hunt their prey? In this video, we're going to find out how these two birds of prey hunt. Which one of them is more brutal? Before we start, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. First, let's take a look at the look of the bird of prey. The animal world is full of beautiful and graceful creatures, and among them, falcons stand out for their elegance and power. Falcons are carnivorous birds that can be found in almost all parts of the world. These birds have a compact body with a well-developed chest, which allows them to have a strong grip on their prey. Their head is small with short, strong beak and keen eyesight, and their wings are long and pointed, which allows them to fly quickly and maneuver easily through the air. One of the most striking features of falcons is their color, can vary from gray to brown, passing through white and black. This coloration allows them to camouflage themselves perfectly in their natural habitat, making them true masters of disguise. However, there are also some falcons with bright colors, such as the peregrine falcon, which has a bluish-gray back and a white belly with black spots. The males tend to be smaller than females and often have lighter tones. The weight of falcons can vary between 200 grams and 2 kilograms depending on the species. Some of the largest falcons, such as the gerfalcon, can reach a weight of up to 3 kilograms. Despite their relatively small size, falcons are fierce predators. They feed mainly on other birds, but they're also capable of attacking mammals, reptiles, and even insects. Their diet varies according to the species and the region where they live. Peregrine falcons, for example, specialize in hunting pigeons, starlings, and sparrows. Meanwhile, the hobby feeds mainly on dragonflies and other large insects. When it comes to hunting, falcons are true professionals. They have exceptional eyesight, which allows them to spot their prey from great distances. They're also capable of reaching incredible speeds when diving, reaching up to 386 kilometers per hour. This makes them the fastest birds in the world. When a falcon attacks its prey, it does so with the speed and precision of a true warrior. Its sharp beak and talons allow it to immobilize its victim quickly and efficiently. Once the prey is captured, the falcon takes it to a secluded place to feed quietly. Falcons are truly fascinating creatures. Their combination of grace, power, and ferocity makes them truly unique. Whether you see them in the sky or hear their piercing cry, these birds of prey will always impress us with their magnificence. Falcons have a streamlined body shape that helps them achieve high speeds while flying. They have a broad chest that provides the large breast muscles needed for powerful flight and a relatively small head that reduces wind resistance. Their wings are long and pointed, which gives them maneuverability and control during flight. This, along with their relatively large surface area to weight ratio, allows them to generate lift and maintain stability during dives at high speeds. Additionally, Falcons have hollow bones that reduce their overall weight without compromising strength. This makes it easier for them to take off, fly, and dive at high speeds. Overall, the anatomical features of falcons make them perfectly adapted for aerial pursuit and high-speed flight, which is essential for capturing prey. When it comes to hunting, falcons use a variety of techniques to catch their prey. Some, like the peregrine falcon, prefer to chase their prey through the air, while others, like the hobby, tend to perch and wait for their prey to come closer before attacking. Regardless of the technique used, falcons rely heavily on their keen eyesight to locate and track their prey. They can spot prey from great distances and follow their movements accurately, allowing them to plan their attack in advance. Once a falcon has located its prey, it prepares for the attack by approaching it from above and behind, taking advantage of the element of surprise. When it's close enough, the falcon pounces on its prey with lightning speed, using its sharp talons to immobilize it. In just a few seconds, the falcon has the prey in its talons and takes it to a secluded place to feed. Falcons are solitary hunters, each one defending its own territory. They're highly territorial and will fiercely defend their space from intruders. Generally, they establish their territories near open spaces such as fields, meadows, and riverbanks, where they can easily spot and pursue their prey. Falcons are active during the day, although some species are more active at dawn or dusk. They typically mate for life, although some species may have more than one mate during their lifetime. Females usually lay between 3 and 5 eggs, although the number of eggs laid may vary depending on the species. Both parents participate in incubating the eggs and caring for the young. Falcons are highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of habitats, including grasslands, deserts, and forests. However, they generally prefer open spaces where they can easily spot and pursue their prey. And now let's move on to eagles. Eagles are impressive birds of prey with a wide wingspan and a fierce reputation. Their strength should not be underestimated, as they're capable of carrying prey weighing more than they do. Eagles have exceptional eyesight, which allows them to spot potential prey from great distances. They also have sharp beaks and talons that help them capture and tear apart their prey. Although eagles can sometimes feed on dead animals, they usually prefer to hunt live prey. Their diet consists mainly of fish, but they can also hunt small mammals, reptiles, and other birds. Depending on the species, eagles can be found throughout the northern hemisphere, from the Arctic Circle to the equator. They inhabit various types of landscapes, including mountains, forests, and coastal areas. Some species of eagles are migratory and travel long distances each year between their breeding and wintering grounds. Eagles build their nests in tall trees or on cliffs, using sticks and other natural materials. Female eagles usually lay 1 to 3 eggs, although some species may lay more. Both parents share the responsibility of incubating the eggs and caring for their young. Eagles are known for their longevity, with some species living up to 30 years in the wild. However, their lifespan can vary depending on factors such as habitat and predation. Eagles play an important role in the ecosystem by keeping populations of their prey under control. They also serve as indicators of environmental health, as they're sensitive to changes in their habitat and food supply. Conservation efforts have helped to protect eagles from extinction. But some species still face threats due to habitat loss, pollution, and climate change. In general, eagles are less agile than falcons, but their power is undeniable. They use their sharp claws and strong beak to hold and tear apart their prey. Once they have their prey in their grasp, they take it to a secluded place to feed. Eagles are solitary animals, and each one defends its own territory. They're very territorial and can become aggressive towards other eagles or intruders in their space. Eagles are active during the day, although some species are more active at dawn or dusk. They usually mate for life, although some species may have more than one mate during their lifetime. Female eagles usually lay 1, 2, 3 eggs, although the number of eggs laid may vary depending on the species. Both parents share the responsibility of incubating the eggs and caring for their young. Eagles are highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of habitats, including mountains, forests, and coastal areas. However, they generally prefer open spaces where they can easily spot and pursue their prey. And now, let's compare these two birds of prey. Both are birds of prey, which means they have adaptations such as sharp talons and beaks for catching and tearing up prey. They also have excellent eyesight to spot prey from afar. Both species are carnivorous, and their diet consists mainly of other animals such as rodents, rabbits, and birds. Eagles are larger than falcons and have a larger wingspan, which allows them to soar and remain airborne for longer periods of time. They also have more powerful beaks and claws for capturing and subduing large prey. Falcons, on the other hand, are smaller and more agile. They're able to dive at high speeds and make sharp turns to capture their prey. They're also capable of reaching speeds of up to 386 kilometers per hour, making them the fastest birds in the world. Both eagles and falcons are apex predators, which means they're at the top of the food chain in their ecosystem. They have no natural enemies and are themselves predators of other animals. However, they can be threatened by humans through habitat loss and poaching. Both species are protected in many countries, and conservation efforts have been successful in increasing their population numbers. In general, both eagles and falcons are highly efficient hunters and have a unique set of adaptations that make them successful predators. Eagles are more powerful and have a larger prey base, while falcons are more agile and specialized in capturing fast-moving prey. So what do you think about these birds of prey? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and watch another interesting video that you see on the screen. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. What is going on, everybody? You're watching this channel? These clips are not edited in any way. This is how it really goes down in the wild. Lion prides can consist of anywhere between 2 to 30 lions. And even though they are all related, they do not all get along. There is always some tension within the pride. Sometimes that tension turns into a fight. We see a female lion getting chased by a male lion. She looks like she wants to mate, but he is having none of it. She finally gives up and lays down, but then he gets on top of her anyway and tries to force himself on her. Another male is trying to join in on the action as well. This guy is just getting frustrated. He lets out a big roar and chases the other male away. Once he is all alone with the female, he finally lets her go. But she is clearly done with him as well because she starts to walk away. This male shakes his head and realizes that he was the one who started all of this when he approached her while she was drinking water. She wasn't interested at the time, but he kept insisting, and now look where it got them. Most of the time, the lions hang out near water sources because they need the water to survive. They also like to sneak up on unsuspecting prey near the water's edge. The water acts as a barrier so they can easily ambush their prey. In this case, a couple of male lions have surrounded this poor buffalo, but he doesn't seem to realize it yet. They are patiently waiting for him to take that last step into the water. When he does, it's lights out for the buffalo. The lions jump into the water, and the buffalo is quickly overwhelmed. It's obvious that the buffalo knows that he is in trouble, but there is nothing he can do about it. Even if he could get away from these lions, he would have to deal with the hyenas that are circling around, waiting for the scraps. Buffalo is dragged down into the water, and the lions begin to feast on his backside. As the buffalo struggles, more lions arrive on the scene, and they all take turns eating him. These lions are very lucky to have such an easy meal. It will help them conserve their energy for other hunts during the day. Lionesses are usually the ones who do most of the hunting, but the male lions still play an important role in their survival. The males are bigger and stronger than the females, and they protect the pride from other predators like hyenas. Hyenas are known to steal kills from lions, but they don't like dealing with a big, angry male lion. During the dry season, prey can be scarce, which makes it harder for the lions to find food. In this episode, we see how determined a male lion is to feed his pride. He will do whatever it takes, including stealing a kill from a hyena. Our lion sneaks up on a lone zebra and manages to bring it down. The zebra put up a good fight, but our lion was too quick and agile for it. Once the zebra was down, our lion called the rest of the pride to come and finish it off. But when they arrived, the hyenas were already there and they weren't willing to share. A huge fight ensues, and the lions get the better of the hyenas. They chase them away and get to finish off the zebra. It's not an easy task, but eventually the whole pride is able to eat their fill. Leopards are excellent tree climbers, and they often drag their prey up into the trees. But they aren't the only ones who can do this. Sometimes lions will climb trees to get away from their enemies. Sometimes they will climb trees to eat their prey. In this clip, a male lion drags a baby rhino up a tree and then begins to eat it. The rhino calf was separated from its mother when the lion ambushed it. Now the lion is trying to hide his kill from the rhino's mom. Rhinos have excellent night vision and a great sense of smell. so it was not surprising that she was able to track down her baby Ascent and find the guilty party. She charges at the tree, and the lion runs away. Rhino is able to free his sister from the tree, but unfortunately the damage has already been done. The little rhino was already dead. Mama Rhino is furious and continues to charge at the tree. She won't be able to save her baby, but she can make the lion pay for what he did. When she finally stops charging the tree, she collapses on the ground next to her dead baby. She has lost her child, but she will get another chance to try again in the future. The circle of life is never ending in the African wilderness. When lions kill prey, they don't always eat it right away. Sometimes they will store it for later. In this clip, we see a male lion bringing down a young giraffe. The giraffe put up a good fight, but the lion was just too strong. Once the giraffe was down, the lion let out a loud roar to announce his victory to the rest of the pride. The other lions came running and began to feed on the giraffe. But the male lion kept an eye on them all. He was the one who did most of the work, so he wanted to make sure that he got his share of the meal. Lions can eat up to 30 pounds of meat in a single sitting. This giraffe was huge, and there was plenty of meat to go around. The male lion relaxed a bit and joined the other lions in eating the giraffe. We've seen male lions steal food from hyenas, but in this episode, it's the female lion's turn. A hyena has managed to steal a baby impala from a leopard. The impala was climbing up a tree when the hyena snatched it and ran away. The leopard wasn't able to catch up to the hyena, so he went off in search of another meal. Meanwhile, the hyena was trying to get the impala down out of the tree, but the impala was scared and wouldn't budge. A group of female lions came by and decided to intervene. They chased the hyena away and then took over the job of getting the impala down out of the tree. The impala was still scared, but the lions were able to calm him down. One of the lions began to groom the impala, while the others looked on. After a few minutes, the impala was ready to come down out of the tree and rejoin the pride. A pride of lions is made up of multiple females, their cubs, and a few adult males. The females are the ones who do most of the hunting, but the males are needed to keep the peace within the pride. In this clip, we see a male lion keeping his females in line. One of the females was being a little too rough with her cub, and the male lion wasn't having it. He let out a loud roar, and the female backed off. Male lions are the leaders of the pride, and they make sure that everyone behaves. If a female misbehaves, the male will put her in her place. Sometimes the males have to put the females in their place as well. If a female is being lazy or not pulling her weight, the male will let her know that she needs to step it up. In the savannah, there are two types of predators: those who chase down their prey and those who ambush their prey. Lions are ambushing predators, which means that they rely on stealth and surprise to catch their prey. This can be difficult when your prey is moving in unpredictable ways. In this clip, a lone lion is trying to stalk a lone zebra, but the zebra is making it very difficult. The zebra keeps moving just out of the lion's reach. The lion has to keep changing directions in order to keep up with the zebra. Eventually, the lion gets close enough to make his move. He jumps onto the zebra and begins to bite and claw at him. The zebra kicks and screams, but the lion is too strong. The lion has caught his prey, and he will not let go until it is finished off. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Hi, it's me. Hi there, welcome to Prehistoric World. In this first episode of our new series, we're going to meet some very strange creatures that lived in the time before times. 470 million years ago, during the period known as the Silurian, after which the famous Doctor Who monsters are named. This was a time when life on Earth was exploding with diversity, and many of the planet's inhabitants were like nothing alive today. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to join us for future episodes. We will travel through time together, exploring the history of life on Earth and beyond. We hope to show you things that will make you gasp, things that will make you think, and hopefully things that will inspire you to learn more about the amazing world around you. So join us today, and while you're at it, why not leave us a comment below, telling us what you would like to see us cover in future episodes. So far, we have had a lot of requests for dinosaurs, but they'll have to wait a little while yet. So let us jump in the Wayback Machine and travel 470 million years back, to the start of the Our first strange creature is one that's instantly likable, literally. It's the smiling shark. No, it's not a shark at all, but the fossilized remains of a strange creature known as a conodont. Although scientists aren't sure exactly what it was, its mouth did indeed look like a shark's, and even had rows of tiny teeth. However, it wasn't related to sharks, nor was it a fish. Most likely it was a type of invertebrate, possibly related to mollusks or even the ancestors of hagfish and lampreys. What's a hagfish? I hear you ask. Well, it's a strange eel-like creature that lives in the darkest depths of the oceans. And no, they're not related to Harry Potter's Bogart, although I can understand the confusion. Hagfish are scavengers and spend their time slithering around the seabed looking for dead things to eat. They have a slime-covered body to help them along, which also has a second purpose. The slime acts as an anesthetic, so when a hagfish finds something to eat, it can slowly devour its prey without being disturbed. You have been warned? Hagfish aside, conodonts were incredibly successful and lived all over the world. Their fossils have been found in Europe, Asia, Africa, North and South America, and Australia. One of the most famous conodont fossils was actually discovered in a Welsh quarry by a man who donated it to the National Museum, Wales. There it remained until 2018 when researchers used a scanning electron microscope to take a closer look. Previously, scientists had struggled to tell if the conodont was a vertebrate or not because it left behind only its mouth parts. After examining the fossil, researchers determined that it was definitely a vertebrate, making it one of the oldest known of its kind. It could be that the ancestors of modern vertebrates were more diverse than previously thought, with conodonts being one of many groups. Scientists continue to study the fossil to learn more, but for now, we must move on and meet another bizarre beast. This time, a true monster. It's got sharp teeth, giant claws, and many legs. But wait, these features aren't unique to any one animal. In fact, this creature could be a mix of many different beasts, from tigers to crabs, and even crocodiles. That's because it's a type of arthropod, a group that includes spiders, insects, and crustaceans. And yes, we know that arthropods have been around for a long time. But did you know that the first ones didn't live on land but in the sea? This particular example is known as a Eurypterid. These creatures had a massive head with huge compound eyes. They used this noggin to anchor themselves to rocks or drift, along with the current. Below that was a trunk consisting of several segments. On the end of each segment were a pair of legs, with the front legs being smaller and used for walking, and the rest being larger and used for swimming. Some Eurypterids grew to enormous sizes, reaching 3 meters in length and weighing 45 kilograms. Despite their bulk, they were surprisingly agile and were perfectly adapted for catching prey. Eurypterids used their giant claws to grab fish and other small sea creatures, and crush them before eating them. Scientists believe that they may have also hunted in packs. Imagine being chased through the water by a whole group of these things snapping their claws. You'd probably be dead in an instant. Eurypterids were around for 90 million years. But they disappeared at the end of the Silurian, possibly due to climate change. As the planet warmed, sea levels rose and the Eurypterids' underwater kingdom fell apart. But before they died out, they managed to spread to every corner of the globe. Their fossils have been found on every continent, with the exception of Antarctica. Let us leave the seas now and venture on to dry land, where we can meet some truly strange creatures. Let's start with a small proto-amphibian known as a tetrapod. Tetrapods are the four-footed vertebrates from which all modern amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals evolved. Fossils of early tetrapods suggest that they were fish that evolved the ability to walk on land. This made it possible for them to move around in low-lying areas such as swamps and eventually become fully terrestrial. They were small, no bigger than salamanders today, but they were an important evolutionary step. Without tetrapods, we wouldn't be here. Tetrapods lived alongside another type of early amphibian known as a These creatures were much larger than tetrapods and looked like giant toads. They had a massive skull and a huge mouth filled with sharp teeth. They were predators, feeding on anything they could catch, including each other. Temnospondyls ruled the land during the Silurian, but they would soon face competition from a new group of animals, the earliest known jawed vertebrates. These creatures weren't fish as we know them today, but they were close enough to our fishy friends to scare them. Fish had dominated the seas for millions of years, but the appearance of jawed fish sent them into decline. Some species went extinct and others retreated to deeper waters. As for the jawed fish, they took over the oceans and evolved into sharks, rays, lungfish, and more. One of the most fascinating aspects of this time period is the sheer number of species that were around. During the Silurian, Earth was teeming with life. Every day was full of adventure and danger. If you were an early human ancestor, you never knew what you might encounter on your travels. You could find a new plant to eat, a new animal to hunt, or even discover a new type of rock. The possibilities were endless. It was also a time when the continents were moving. Today, the continents are fixed, but in the past they moved around all the time. This meant that species could migrate to new areas and evolve quickly. For example, jawed fish may have evolved in South China and then spread throughout the world. Similarly, tetrapods may have evolved in the Americas and then migrated to Europe and Africa. Life on Earth was truly remarkable during this. From the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, there was no shortage of strange and wonderful creatures. The period was a time of great change and upheaval, but it was also a time of incredible opportunity. Jawed fish and tetrapods were just two of the many groups that took advantage of the changing world and went on to become some of the most successful animals of all time. The Silurian was a period of great transition, both on Earth and in the animal kingdom. The planet was changing, and so were the animals that lived there. Some species thrived while others struggled to adapt. But through it all, life found a way to not only survive, but to thrive. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Leave a comment below and tell us what you thought of this first episode of Prehistoric World. Did you enjoy it? What did you like best? And what do you want to see in future episodes? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode. As always, thanks for watching.
In the animal world, there are always winners and losers. The prey is always trying to avoid being caught by the predator, while the predator is always looking for the next meal. Sometimes it can be hard to tell who's the predator and who's the prey, especially when the roles change from one moment to another. In today's video, we will look at how these duels take place in the wild and how animals live with the constant threat of death hanging over their heads. If you don't know yet, welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most interesting videos about the animal kingdom. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss anything. Camouflage. We all know that chameleons can change color. And know they do this not only to blend in with the environment. They also use this ability to communicate with each other. In some species of chameleon, males turn green during mating season to attract females. If you have ever seen a chameleon change color, you probably noticed how slowly and awkwardly this process takes place. But there are only a few people who have ever seen a chameleon change color in a matter of seconds. This amazing skill can only be demonstrated by a veiled chameleon. These creatures can go from gray to reddish-brown in less than a quarter of a second. And no, it's not some kind of trick of light or camera. This is a real adaptation of the animal to its environment. The main reason why the veiled chameleon has such a remarkable ability is, of course, camouflage. With the help of this ability, they can both sneak up on their prey and hide from predators themselves. Since the main diet of these chameleons consists of other reptiles, amphibians, and even small mammals, they have to quickly get very close to their prey. And when the chameleon makes a quick color transition, it practically becomes invisible to its prey. The reaction of surprise comes too late. Then the chameleon strikes. Its long sticky tongue shoots out and pulls the victim into its mouth. If the chameleon doesn't want to attract the attention of predators, it just needs to merge with the surrounding landscape. For example, if it's a dry tree with little vegetation, the chameleon will be a similar color. If it's a leaf, then the chameleon will turn green. Of course, Birds of prey like falcons can easily spot a reptile that is trying to hide among the foliage and pick it off. But the chameleon has an ace up its sleeve. When the hunter gets too close, the chameleon suddenly changes color, startling the predator and giving itself time to escape. A trap built by a spider. Spiders are perhaps the most unusual and creepy predators on our planet. There are more than 45,000 species of spiders today, but none of them can compare with the giant huntsman spider. It's not surprising that these spiders are called giants because they are considered the largest spiders in the world. The length of their paws can reach 30 centimeters. Just imagine if such a spider falls on your face when you're camping, then it's definitely going to be a nightmare. Giant huntsman spiders can be found in India, Sri Lanka, East Africa, and Australia. These huge spiders prefer to live in dry places and make their homes under stones, fallen leaves, and in termite mounds. Despite the fact that giant huntsman spiders are quite large, they are very slow and awkward. Therefore, they cannot catch insects on the go. This means that they have to build traps to catch their prey. At first, scientists thought that the huntsman spiders simply waited for the insects to crawl onto their webs and then grab them. However, it turned out that things were completely different. These spiders secrete a sticky substance from their abdomens, which hardens quickly. This is actually a kind of glue. Huntsman spiders stick to it and wait for an insect to get stuck in it.
Moreover,
the spider can sit like this for several hours. As soon as some kind of beetle or fly gets stuck in the sticky situation, the spider immediately grabs it with its paws and swallows it whole. The invisible enemy. There are many different types of tsetse flies. Some of them are large enough to look like a horsefly, while others can fit comfortably on the tip of your finger. Tsetse flies are found in the central and southern regions of Africa. All of them are gray, brown, or black. But despite the fact that these flies are very similar to each other, they can cause completely different diseases. Tsetse flies spread sleeping sickness in humans and animals, and it's not a joke. Once this disease was brought to the island of Zanzibar, it killed more than 200,000 people.
Oh.
Now, thanks to modern methods of control, such outbreaks of the disease no longer happen. However, the danger of infection still remains, and therefore locals wear mosquito nets and use special tools when working in fields. Sleeping sickness is not the only danger that these flies pose to humans. Tsetse flies can also transmit the virus that causes a disease called Nagana. This disease affects cattle, sheep, and goats. Infected animals lose weight, become sluggish, and die within a few days. And if this wasn't enough, tsetse flies are also dangerous to dogs and other pets. They can transmit a disease called anaplasmosis, which affects blood cells. And if a dog gets infected, it can die within a couple of weeks. If your dog often goes outside, ask your vet to check it for signs of anaplasmosis. After all, scientists believe that the disease can also affect humans. Meat from a stone. You've probably heard that beavers are very hard-working animals. They spend almost all their time looking for food and building houses. But beavers don't eat plants. They are herbivores. Beavers love to gnaw on tree bark, grass, aquatic plants, and especially the buds of young trees. The favorite food of beavers is the bark of aspen, birch, maple, and pine trees. A beaver eats up to 10 kilograms of bark per year. But sometimes beavers are too lazy to look for food. Or maybe they don't feel well. The thing is that beavers have no teeth when they are born. The first teeth begin to grow in when the baby beavers are still in the womb. Their mother feeds them milk until she gives birth. Newborn beavers are called kittens. No, not kits, kittens. Scientists say that the word kit comes from the word kitten. So maybe it's better not to call beavers kittens. Newborn kittens stay with their mom until they are 10 weeks old. During this time, mother beavers teach them how to collect food, build houses, and protect themselves from enemies. Sometimes a hungry beaver can go without food for several days. However, if he doesn't eat for 2 weeks, he will die. That's exactly what happened to a beaver from the wildlife refuge in Jackson, New Hampshire. The poor animal died of hunger, but had left behind a strange inheritance for scientists. An autopsy of the dead beaver showed that it had a piece of stone instead of a stomach. What kind of stone? It turned out to be ordinary limestone. Apparently, the beaver gnawed on this stone for a long time, mistaking it for a tasty treat. And now, this stone is kept in the Museum of the University of New England as a kind of curiosity. terrifying laugh. If you've ever watched the movie The Silence of the Lambs, you probably remember the scene where the main character sees a flock of birds flying overhead and hears a maniacal cackle. It seems that there's nothing strange in this. Birds often caw loudly and unexpectedly. But there was a person in the frame, and it was clear that the laughter came from him. In fact, this sound was recorded in a psychiatric hospital where Hannibal Lecter was kept. He didn't seem to be particularly happy with the view from his cell window. Of course, in reality, this laughter belonged to someone else. But what kind of bird could make such a sound? You probably don't know the hyacinth macaw. This bird has a terrible laugh. Listen for yourself. Hyacinth macaws live in South America, but they can be found in zoos all over the world. Hyacinth macaws are the largest parrots in the world. They can reach 1 meter in length. The wingspan of these birds is 1.3 meters, but size isn't the only advantage of hyacinth macaws. They are known throughout the continent for their terrifying screeching. Locals in Brazil claim that hyacinth macaws have the loudest voices of any animal. Hyacinth macaws don't screech for no reason. This is their way of communicating with each other. They use high-pitched sounds to warn their relatives of danger. But it's not uncommon for these cries to be mistaken for laughter. What did you think? Was it interesting? Tell us in the comments. If you like this video, like it and share with your friends. Subscribe so you don't miss new videos. See you later. In the animal world, you can be big or you can be small, but it's hard to be medium. Welcome back, everyone. Here for another episode of the most amazing, unbelievable, and bizarre facts about animals from across the globe. We've got an extra special episode today with 10 incredible animal facts to blow your mind. So let's jump right into the first one. We all meet our first creature of the episode that's so tiny you may never even see it. First up is the pygmy blue whale. As we all know, blue whales are huge, measuring in at over 100 feet in length and weighing over 200 tons. They're the largest animals that have ever lived on Earth. But did you know there exists a type of blue whale that's only half the size of a school bus? The pygmy blue whale is the smallest of the 4 recognized subspecies of blue whales and is found only in the warm waters of the Gulf of Thailand and the Gulf of Tonkin near Vietnam and southern China. It's estimated that there are fewer than 100 of these tiny blue whales left in the world. They were only discovered in 1999, which makes them one of the newest discoveries in the animal kingdom. Pygmy blue whales eat around 40,000 tons of krill each year. And even though they seem like a small snack for such a large whale, this is only about 1% of their total body weight, which means they're actually quite efficient eaters. Unfortunately, they face many threats, including ship strikes, entanglement in fishing gear, and habitat destruction. So hopefully, they can be saved for future generations to enjoy. For our next fact, we'll move from one extreme to the other and talk about something truly massive. Next up is the biggest brain ever discovered. In the animal world, size does matter, and I'm not talking about height or weight. I'm talking about brains. Sperm whales have the largest brain of any animal known to have ever existed, weighing in at a whopping 8 kilograms. That's almost twice the size of a human brain. These massive brains allow sperm whales to do some incredible things, like navigate the ocean depths with ease, communicate with each other over vast distances, and even dive over 3,000 feet deep in search of food. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly how sperm whales use their giant brains, but they believe that it has something to do with their highly advanced social behavior. Sperm whales live in pods of up to 50 members and have been observed engaging in complex social interactions such as playing, grooming each other, and even forming alliances. Their brains also allow them to emit extremely loud clicks that can travel through the ocean at the speed of sound, making them one of the loudest animals on the planet. Now let's move on to something smaller, the pygmy tarsier. This little guy is the smallest primate in the world, measuring in at just 4 inches tall and weighing less than a pound. Pygmy tarsiers live in the tropical forests of Indonesia and Malaysia and are nocturnal, which means they sleep during the day and come out at night to hunt for insects and tree sap. They're so small that they can easily fit in the palm of your hand, and their huge eyes help them see predators from far away. Pygmy tarsiers are also known for their incredible jumping abilities, which allows them to leap from branch to branch with ease while searching for food. And now let's look at something a bit more monstrous. Meet the Mongolian deathworm. This creepy creature is also known as the sandworm, or the desert caterpillar, and it's said to be the most dangerous animal in Mongolia. The Mongolian deathworm is a nematode that lives in the Gobi Desert and can grow up to 2 feet long. It has a tough, scaly body that's resistant to most predators and can survive in temperatures as high as 158 degrees Fahrenheit. The worm is also venomous, and its bite is said to be extremely painful. It injects a toxin that causes paralysis and respiratory failure, leading to death within minutes. While there have been no confirmed attacks on humans, the Mongolian deathworm is a fascinating example of the incredible creatures that live in the harsh environment of the desert. Moving away from the desert, let's head underwater for our next creature. Meet the Dumbo octopus. This adorable sea creature is named after the Disney character due to its large ears, which are actually swimming bladders used for buoyancy control. Dumbo octopus can grow up to 8 inches in length and are found in deep waters around the world. They're actually quite rare and were only discovered in 1988. Dumbo octopus are very slow-moving creatures, which makes them easy prey for larger fish. However, they have a unique defense mechanism that allows them to escape predators. When threatened, they can release a cloud of ink that confuses the predator, allowing the Dumbo octopus to make a quick getaway. Let's now take a look at an animal that seems straight out of a science fiction movie. Say hello to the goblin shark. This strange-looking fish is a type of lantern shark that's found in deep waters around the world. Goblin sharks have long, slender bodies with large, sharp teeth that they use to capture prey. They also have bioluminescent skin that they use to lure prey and communicate with other sharks. One of the most remarkable things about the goblin shark is its extendable jaw. The shark can shoot its jaw forward to catch prey at a distance. This allows them to feed on a variety of prey, including fish, squid, and even other sharks. Moving on, we have an animal that looks like a mix between a bird and a dinosaur. Say hi to the ostrich. This flightless bird is the largest and heaviest bird in the world, standing up to 9 feet tall and weighing over 300 pounds. Ostriches are native to Africa and are known for their distinctive 2 toes on each foot, powerful legs, and long necks. They're also the fastest birds on the planet, able to run up to 43 miles per hour. Ostriches typically live in groups of up to 50 birds and are mainly herbivores, feeding on grasses, leaves, and fruits. They're also known for their loud calls, which can be heard up to 5 miles away. Let us now move on to a creature that looks like a cross between a frog and a chameleon. Welcome to the glass frog. Glass frogs are small, colorful frogs that are found in the tropical regions of the Americas and Asia. They're named for their transparent undersides, which allow them to camouflage themselves against reflective surfaces such as water. Glass frogs are also known for their large, bulging eyes, which give them excellent night vision. These frogs are nocturnal, meaning they're active at night and spend their days sleeping. They have a unique ability to enter a state of torpor, which is similar to hibernation, when temperatures are too low for them to be active. Moving on, let's look at something that looks like a snake but isn't. Say hello to the slowworm. Slowworms are legless lizards that are found in Europe and parts of Asia and Africa. They're often mistaken for snakes, but they're actually reptiles and are closely related to salamanders. Slowworms are usually brown or gray in color and can grow up to 18 inches long. They're primarily insectivores, feeding on worms, slugs, and other small invertebrates. Slowworms have a unique defense mechanism where they play dead when threatened. This behavior is known as thanatosis and is a form of behavioral mimicry. So there you have it, 10 incredible animals from around the world. From the tiniest pygmy blue whale to the gigantic sperm whale brain, from the creepy Mongolian deathworm to the adorable Dumbo octopus, the animal world is full of surprises. Don't forget to share your thoughts about these amazing creatures in the comments section below. Until then, see you in the next video. In the animal world, you can be big or you can be small, but it's hard to be medium. Welcome back, everyone, here for another episode of the most amazing, unbelievable, and bizarre facts about animals from across the globe. We've got an extra special episode today with 10 incredible animal facts to blow your mind. So let's jump right into the first one. We'll meet our first creature of the episode that's so tiny you may never even see it. First up is the pygmy blue whale. As we all know, blue whales are huge, measuring in at over 100 feet in length and weighing over 200 tons. They're the largest animals that have ever lived on Earth. But did you know there exists a type of blue whale that's only half the size of a school bus? The pygmy blue whale is the smallest of the 4 recognized subspecies of blue whales and is found only in the warm waters of the Gulf of Thailand and the Gulf of Tonkin near Vietnam and southern China. It's estimated that there are fewer than 100 of these tiny blue whales left in the world. They were only discovered in 1999, which makes them one of the newest discoveries in the animal kingdom. Pygmy blue whales eat around 40,000 tons of krill each year. And even though they seem like a small snack for such a large whale, this is only about 1% of their total body weight, which means they're actually quite efficient eaters. Unfortunately, they face many threats, including ship strikes, entanglement in fishing gear, and habitat destruction. So hopefully, they can be saved for future generations to enjoy. For our next fact, we'll move from one extreme to the other and talk about something truly massive. Next up is the biggest brain ever discovered. In the animal world, size does matter, and I'm not talking about height or weight. I'm talking about brains. Sperm whales have the largest brain of any animal known to have ever existed, weighing in at a whopping 8 kilograms. That's almost twice the size of a human brain. These massive brains allow sperm whales to do some incredible things, like navigate the ocean depths with ease, communicate with each other over vast distances, and even dive over 3,000 feet deep in search of food. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly how sperm whales use their giant brains, but they believe that it has something to do with their highly advanced social behavior. Sperm whales live in pods of up to 50 members and have been observed engaging in complex social interactions such as playing, grooming each other, and even forming alliances. Their brains also allow them to emit extremely loud clicks that can travel through the ocean at the speed of sound, making them one of the loudest animals on the planet. Now let's move on to something smaller, the pygmy tarsier. This little guy is the smallest primate in the world, measuring in at just 4 inches tall and weighing less than a pound. Pygmy tarsiers live in the tropical forests of Indonesia and Malaysia and are nocturnal, which means they sleep during the day and come out at night to hunt for insects and tree sap. They're so small that they can easily fit in the palm of your hand, and their huge eyes help them see predators from far away. Pygmy tarsiers are also known for their incredible jumping abilities, which allows them to leap from branch to branch with ease while searching for food. Now let's look at something a bit more monstrous. Meet the Mongolian deathworm. This creepy creature is also known as the sandworm, or the desert caterpillar, and it's said to be the most dangerous animal in Mongolia. The Mongolian deathworm is a nematode that lives in the Gobi Desert and can grow up to 2 feet long. It has a tough, scaly body that's resistant to most predators and can survive in temperatures as high as 158 degrees Fahrenheit. The worm is also venomous, and its bite is said to be extremely painful. It injects a toxin that causes paralysis and respiratory failure, leading to death within minutes. While there have been no confirmed attacks on humans, the Mongolian deathworm is a fascinating example of the incredible creatures that live in the harsh environment of the desert. Moving away from the desert, let's head underwater for our next creature. Meet the Dumbo octopus. This adorable sea creature is named after the Disney character due to its large ears, which are actually swimming bladders used for buoyancy control. Dumbo octopus can grow up to 8 inches in length and are found in deep waters around the world. They're actually quite rare and were only discovered in 1988. Dumbo octopus are very slow-moving creatures, which makes them easy prey for larger fish. However, they have a unique defense mechanism that allows them to escape predators. When threatened, they can release a cloud of ink that confuses the predator, allowing the Dumbo octopus to make a quick getaway. Let's now take a look at an animal that seems straight out of a science fiction movie. Say hello to the goblin shark. This strange-looking fish is a type of lantern shark that's found in deep waters around the world. Goblin sharks have long, slender bodies with large, sharp teeth that they use to capture prey. They also have bioluminescent skin that they use to lure prey and communicate with other sharks. One of the most remarkable things about the goblin shark is its extendable jaw. The shark can shoot its jaw forward to catch prey at a distance. This allows them to feed on a variety of prey, including fish, squid, and even other sharks. Moving on, we have an animal that looks like a mix between a bird and a dinosaur. Say hi to the ostrich. This flightless bird is the largest and heaviest bird in the world, standing up to 9 feet tall and weighing over 300 pounds. Ostriches are native to Africa and are known for their distinctive 2 toes on each foot, powerful legs, and long necks. They're also the fastest birds on the planet, able to run up to 43 miles per hour. Ostriches typically live in groups of up to 50 birds and are mainly herbivores, feeding on grasses, leaves, and fruits. They're also known for their loud calls, which can be heard up to 5 miles away. Let us now move on to a creature that looks like a cross between a frog and a chameleon. Welcome to the glass frog. Glass frogs are small, colorful frogs that are found in the tropical regions of the Americas and Asia. They're named for their transparent undersides, which allow them to camouflage themselves against reflective surfaces such as water. Glass frogs are also known for their large, bulging eyes, which give them excellent night vision. These frogs are nocturnal, meaning they're active at night and spend their days sleeping. They have a unique ability to enter a state of torpor, which is similar to hibernation, when temperatures are too low for them to be active. Moving on, let's look at something that looks like a snake but isn't. Say hello to the slowworm. Slowworms are legless lizards that are found in Europe and parts of Asia and Africa. They're often mistaken for snakes, but they're actually reptiles and are closely related to salamanders. Slowworms are usually brown or gray in color and can grow up to 18 inches long. They're primarily insectivores, feeding on worms, slugs, and other small invertebrates. Slowworms have a unique defense mechanism where they play dead when threatened. This behavior is known as thanatosis and is a form of behavioral mimicry. So there you have it, 10 incredible animals from around the world. From the tiniest pygmy blue whale to the gigantic sperm whale brain, from the creepy Mongolian deathworm to the adorable Dumbo octopus, the animal world is full of surprises. Don't forget to share your thoughts about these amazing creatures in the comments section below. Until then, see you in the next video. A pride of lions brought down an adult donkey in just 20 minutes after a high-speed chase. This is how lions hunt donkeys. The African savanna is home to some of the most dangerous predators on Earth, such as lions, spotted hyenas, and leopards. Each of these predators has developed unique hunting strategies to capture their prey. Lions are known for their stealthy approach, while hyenas rely on their endurance and leopards use hit-and-run tactics. But when it comes to hunting one particular prey, all three predators must rely on sheer power and teamwork. The African wild ass, or simply the donkey. Donkeys have been hunted by lions since time immemorial. In fact, ancient Egyptian tombs depict lions hunting donkeys. Donkeys congregate in large groups of up to 150 individuals. And although they look cute with their long ears and furry coats, they are capable of defending themselves against any predator. Donkeys' kicks can be fatal. If a lion gets kicked in the head at full force, it could easily die. So lions usually avoid attacking healthy adult donkeys, unless it is absolutely necessary. Lions need protein-rich food for their cubs, so therefore they often target pregnant females. When a lion attacks a donkey, its main goal is to bring it down quickly. They go for the throat, trying to suffocate the animal as quickly as possible. Once the donkey is down, the lion will continue to bite its throat until it dies. The whole process usually takes no more than 15 minutes. However, if the donkey manages to get up, the lion will try to bring it down again. In today's video, we will see how a pride of lions brought down an adult donkey in just 20 minutes after a high-speed chase. The incredible chase began when the lions left their hiding place and began stalking a herd of zebras. There were more than 100 zebras, so the lions knew that if they made a mistake, they would lose the chase. One of the lions ended up getting separated from the group and had to make a mad dash through the tall grass to catch up with the rest of the pack. The lone lion was very thirsty, but luckily found a watering hole where it could quench its thirst. Meanwhile, a small herd of donkeys noticed the lone lion and decided to approach it. Perhaps they wanted to drive the lion away from their water source. A few brave donkeys slowly approached the lion, but it stood its ground. The lion did not back down, staring intently at the donkeys. The donkeys probably realized that the lion was not going to move, so they started drinking. After a while, the lion decided to take action. It charged one of the donkeys, but the donkey managed to dodge the attack, and the lion ended up hitting the ground. The donkey kicked the lion in the face to make matters worse. After the hit, the lion got up and moved away from the herd. The donkeys started running away from the lion, but it soon caught up with them. When a lion decides to hunt, there is no escape. The lion chased the donkey for more than 10 minutes, sometimes overtaking it, and other times letting it get ahead. The lion seemed to be having fun and enjoying the chase. It pounced on the donkey several times, but each time the stubborn animal managed to dodge its sharp claws. The lion bit the donkey's hind legs, but it didn't break its bones, perhaps wanting to keep it alive for longer. The two animals raced across the savannah at high speed, leaving other prey to watch in amazement. After running for 10 more minutes, the donkey collapsed from exhaustion. It was then that the lion finally bit its neck, bringing it down for good. The lion had won its prey, and now it was time to feast. Some people believe that lions always hunt alone, but this is not true. Lions often hunt in groups called prides. A pride can consist of up to 30 members, including related females, their cubs, and 1 or 2 adult males. Pride is the most common social structure among lions, although some lions can live and hunt alone, especially if they are not related to each other. Male lions are solitary creatures who leave their mother's pride in search of their own territory. Usually they travel alone or in small groups of unrelated males. Even though male lions are bigger than females, they don't necessarily have an advantage over their female counterparts when hunting. Female lions play a crucial role in the pride and spend most of their time looking for food, which makes them better hunters than males. On average, females hunt about twice as much as males. Males often wait for females to bring down the prey and only rarely participate directly in the hunt. When males do participate in the hunt, they usually focus on chasing and herding prey rather than making the final kill. They often grab an already captured animal and drag it away to eat it later. Sometimes lions have to work together to take down prey like buffaloes or giraffes. Giraffes and buffaloes are extremely dangerous prey, and even a pride of lions can struggle to bring them down. These animals kick and gore with their horns, causing serious injuries to lions. That's why lions often try to distract them and tire them out before attempting to capture them. There are also cases when lions have to deal with packs of hyenas. Spotted hyenas are very cunning and aggressive and often steal prey from lions. Sometimes there are clashes between hyenas and lions, and they fight fiercely for the right to eat. Lions prefer to avoid confrontations with hyenas because they are outnumbered and outmaneuvered. However, if the lions manage to isolate a hyena from the pack, they can easily kill it. A lone hyena stands no chance against a pride of lions. Leopards are another story. Leopards are more elusive and agile than lions, which makes them harder to track and capture. They live in trees and use their agility to escape from dangerous situations. Although lions sometimes hunt leopards, they prefer to avoid confrontations with them. Lions and leopards have similar habitats and prey, which can lead to competition. However, they generally avoid each other to reduce the risk of injury or death. In rare cases, lions can hunt other predators, such as cheetahs, although they prefer to avoid confrontations with them. Cheetahs are fast and elusive, which makes them difficult to catch. However, if a cheetah is injured or sick, a lion can successfully hunt it. Interestingly, lions are not the only ones who can hunt donkeys. Sometimes even jackals hunt young donkeys. Jackals are much smaller than donkeys, but they hunt in packs, and their main weapon is their stamina. The African wild dog or painted dog is another predator that can hunt donkeys. These dogs work together in packs to surround and capture prey. Their speed and endurance allow them to hold their own against adult donkeys. Sometimes a lone lioness has to hunt a lone donkey, and this is not an easy task. The donkey can kick the lioness, which is dangerous for both the predator and the prey. If the donkey's kick hits the lioness in the stomach, it could cause serious internal injuries. Even a light kick can send the lioness sprawling on the ground. Donkeys' kicks can reach up to 60 miles per hour and can be fatal for a lion. But even if the lioness is injured, she must keep fighting. Otherwise, the donkey could kill her. Therefore, the lioness has no other choice but to bite the donkey and immobilize it. She does everything she can to end the fight quickly. Another predator that hunts donkeys is the cheetah. Cheetahs are known for their incredible speed and agility, and they use these abilities to hunt a variety of prey, including gazelles and impalas. However, they are also capable of taking on larger prey, such as young donkeys. Cheetahs usually try to avoid confrontation with adult donkeys because of their size and strength. But if the cheetah is desperate for food, it will not hesitate to attack even a full-grown donkey. The cheetah's speed and agility allow it to outmaneuver the donkey and deliver fatal blows with its paws and teeth. The cheetah usually targets the donkey's chest, trying to bring it down as quickly as possible. Once the donkey is immobilized, the cheetah begins to feed. If you liked this video, check out the next one. See you later.